So hello guys, welcome back to channel Get to Byte. Today in this video we are going to explore the UART communication in the STM32 microcontrollers. We are going to make the device driver for the UART communication using the UART feature of UART in STM32 and make its device driver totally from the scratch using the embedded C code and using the registers of the microcontroller by creating the UART.c and the UART.h, both of these files, for transmitting the data, for receiving the data, and for printing integers, string, binaries, hexadecimal, and the fractional parts in STM32 microcontrollers. And to understand the concept of UART block diagram and what all features of UART in STM32 we have. Okay. So now without wasting time, now let's get started. All those viewers who are watching the video for the first time of this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel and do press the notification bell to get notified for some amazing new stuff and videos which will be coming on the firmware development and bare metal programming on STM32 F103 and ARM processors. So guys, now let's get started with the objective of this video. Okay guys, now first in this video, starting with the universal synchronous asynchronous receiver transmitter, which is a UART peripheral present in almost all kinds of microcontrollers and embedded devices, which is highly used for interfacing the modules, especially of IoT like ESP8266 based Wi-Fi modules, GPS, GSM modules, or LoRa modules, or ZigBee modules, or BLE modules. All these modules are interfaced to a microcontroller via RX-TX signals pins to get the facilities of these modules in an embedded device. Also many communication protocols like RS-282, RS-485 and all such things, and many features like LIN protocol, IRDA, smart card protocols. These are both based on the UART communication protocol. So it's a very widely used and one of the important serial communication present in our microcontrollers, in embedded devices and in embedded systems. Now first, all those who want to get an overview about this communication protocol and its functioning, that what exactly, how does the signal levels go into our UART and it's all these nitty gritty details, I have made a firmware development, UART firmware development device driver based playlist which is based on the AVR microcontrollers, but you can refer this also. In this I have told many interesting things and important things for the UART communication protocol. Do check out this third video, which is the UART communication protocol. In this I have told various things from the perspective of the logic analyzer, bit banking, speed compared to the RX, this internet, and many interesting important things. Okay, so do check out these videos if you want to get an overview before starting with the STM32 microcontrollers UART. Okay, so now moving to our main STM32 microcontrollers. First in this video we are going to get in basic introduction of the UART. What is its block diagram, what all features are there in UART we get. Okay, and the main focus will be to focus on the UART communication UART feature, which is used for communicating between the microcontroller and all the IoT modules which I told you, and to the terminal screen, so as to print the strings on the terminal window from the own device driver which we have created. So now starting with the UART introduction, now we need to just understand. First we will get in brief overview. So UART introduction, it's in a full duplex data exchange with industry standard NRZ asynchronous serial data format. Now there are two terms which you need to understand in this line. Full duplex data communication, it means that there is a two wires, one can receive and transmit data simultaneously at a time. Okay, so it's a full duplex data exchange, one can receive the data also and one can transmit the data also. That's why we have two pins, RX pins and the 2X pins. From the one pin we receive the data and from the other pin we can transmit the data. NRZ asynchronous serial data communication, it's an industry standard format of a UART communication of a serial communication, you can say. It's a technical term for saying that all our logic, one bit, that is one logic, will be signified by the high signal, that is +5 voltage, and 0 bit is signified or is indicated by the low signal. it's like we know this thing. This is a standard thing which I have been telling from the AVR series, and from basic we get to know from Arduino. But industrial term, technical term for this thing is the NRZ asynchronous serial data format. Okay, and then like as I said, the UART is a very enriched communication protocol, very enriched peripheral device. So via UART we can do it supports the LIN in local internet interconnection network, smart card protocol which is for wireless smart cards. Okay, IRDA infrared data association, which is a communication protocol for our IR receivers, for our IR signals, these electromagnetic waves, infrared signals. Okay, and the modem operations like CTS slash RTS. This is the basically RS-282 or the RS-485 facilities which we have mainly in our industrial meters like voltmeter, energy meters. All these have these CTC and RTS communication protocols enabled, that is RS-282 or RS-485. So that is, these all are the features, like these are all be done from the UART communication protocol only. Okay, now in this our first focus will be a simply UART, that is the UART name is universal synchronous or synchronous. We will first going to just consider on the universal asynchronous receiver transmitter, that is UART. Now to understand between the synchronous and asynchronous, I will suggest you check out this video, UART communication protocol RSTX signals. The video will be given in the link, description of this video. There I have told these things very clearly about the basically main about the UART communication. Okay, so now this is the UART features. If it comes in terms of features, so it's in a full duplex asynchronous communication, that is one can receive and transmit data both. NRZ standard, that is the mark is the logic 1, space is the logic 0, that is 1 is signified by high value, 0 is signified by low value. Fractional baud rate generator systems, that is one can have fractional baud rates also, like if you want baud rate of 9600 and 500 9650, we can have that kind of baud rate also. Okay, programmable data worth, that is of 8 or 9 bits, like the byte, the register at which we will be receiving and transmitting the data, we can at a time send 8 bits or 9 bits. All these are the features of the UART communication which you can easily find on this video. Okay, then the configurable stop bits for 1 or 2 bits, this is again the UART, this RxTX signals like protocol features. Okay, then the LIN master asynchronous break and capability, and the LIN slave break detection capability. LIN protocol is basically used in the automotive industry alongside with the CAN protocol, like it acts as an interface, like as a sub center point with the campus for interfacing different modules in our automotive industry. We will get to know about this in the later videos when we will go into the LAN protocol more depthly. Then we have this transmitter clock output, that is we can also output our UART clock frequency on for synchronous transmissions, okay, on one of the GPIO pins, and debug it via the logic analyzer or oscilloscope or STM Studio. IRDA SIR encoder decoder, this one is for our, like as I said, IRDA stands for this infrared data association. Okay, so it's one of the communication protocols, so one of the features when we are making the things or dealing with the IR receiver signals. Okay, then we have the smart card emulation capability, like all the smart card facilities which we get, which we see in our finance tech, basically on just tapping the smart card and our transactions are done. So the nitty-gritty details and the technical happenings between it are done by the smart card communication protocols, which are also one of the features of the UART only. Okay, the single wire half duplex communication. Single wire is the one wire communication protocol. Using this protocol we communicate, we can develop the device driver for the DST11 data temperature sensors. Okay, like I have done that thing for the AVIA microcontrollers also, and I have uploaded the video on my channel also. Okay, you can get to know about that here. the DST11 sensor embedded C. You can have a look on this and get to know about the single wire, one wire communication protocol in detail. Okay, and then the transmitter deflection flags, parity control, 4 error detection flags. These are the errors which we can encounter when we are doing a UART communication in between two modules or between a microcontroller and a module. So overrun error, which is an error which basically comes when a buffer is full, the receiver buffer on the buffer which we are receiving the data, the register on which we are receiving the data, and a new byte comes up without reading it. So our data gets overrun. So then our overrun error occurs. Frame error, parity error. Parity error is like a checking error that it checks on the basis of number of ones and the number of zeros. So as we know, 0 is even number and 1 is odd number. So parity error is based on the odd and even parity kind of things. Frame error and noise error similarly. Now we have also the interrupt sources with the flags, that is when to invoke interrupt in our UART communication protocol. So there can be many instances. First are the error in phases, overrun error, framing error, noise error, and the parity error. For each of these error we can generate an interrupt and can see that what has happened, or for depending upon the application. CTS changes is basically for our, as I told, RS-282 and RS-485 communication protocols. Lane break detection, transmitter data register, MT, like these three will be of concern right now when we will be developing firmware for our UART communication protocol. Okay, and lane break and idle line received, and all these are the features of the lane and the smart card, which I will tell you in the later videos. Then we have the also facility of multiprocessor communication. That is in the multiprocessor communication, what we can do, like in the SPI and I2C, we have a same kind of thing that we can have one master and multiple slave, and at a time multiple slave can listen and this kind of thing. So same way multiprocessor communication, multiple transmitters and single receiver, that kind of thing is in multiprocessor communication. Okay, we will get into it details in more upcoming videos. Now coming to the UART functional descriptions. Okay, like basically it's just getting an overview. Okay, so the pins of UART which are of concern will be RX and TX pin. As no, RX is for receiving the data and TX is for transmitting the data output. Okay, and then we have these like data bit, status. Yeah, these three are very important. That is, let me just show you with the code also. Okay, so yeah, okay, we will just see it in a later. Okay, yeah, okay. So like we have these three registers which are of prime concern: a status register, UART_SR, data register, on which are all the main data, receiving data and the transmitting data will be received and sent, from which that is the UART data register. Then the baud rate register, as we all know that in the UART we place on the, it is because we have a baud rate. Okay, so baud rate of 9600, 115200 or any kind which you want, that is configured from the UART_BRR. Okay, and the things okay, so RxTX pins, and then there are additional pins. These are CK, CTS, RTS. These pins are only used when we are interfacing our UART peripheral in synchronous mode only. If we are communicating in asynchronous, that is UART, only UART, then we don't need these three, and these three pins are not used. Okay, now coming to its block diagram. So now UART block diagram. So guys, UART block diagram will be continued in the next video. You can just follow this video after it. I don't want to take the video too lengthy, just from maintaining the 10 minutes around only, and it's already 13 minutes up. Okay, so check out the next, do follow for the wait for the next video, and check out the next video for the UART block diagram and the register description in which we are going to do, and then we are going to start with the main embedded C code and its device driver. Till then guys, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and do mention down your any views in the below comment section. Okay.